Jai Jagannath, Shubha Chandra, good evening to all.
Jai Jagannath.
जगन्नाथ लोकनाथ नीलादेशो परोहरि दीनबन्धु दया सिन्धु कृपाळु जनरक्षक कम्बुपाणि चक्रपाणि पद्मनाभो नरोत्तम जगतं पालको व्यापी सर्वव्यापी सुरेश्वर लोकराजो देवराज चक्रभूपश्च भूपति नीलाचलपतिनाथ कृतार्थ पुरुषोत्तम तक्षदेह कल्पतरु विमला प्रीतिवदनो बलभद्रो वासुदेव माधव मधुसूदन परम कारुणिक अनंत कोटि ब्रह्मांडर मौड़मणि कोटि कोटि ओडियांकर हृदयर आराध्य देवता समग्र विश्वचराचरर स्रष्टा आनंद कंद परमानंद सचिदानंद अखिल रसघन विग्रह विश्व वेदनार वैद्य देवादिदेव श्री श्री जगन्नाथंकर चरण कमल रे ये अकिंचनर कोटि कोटि धन्यवाद. I, DR.NAMITA Patnaik, the Assistant State Commissioner, Odisha State Forest Scouts and Guide, and also the faculty of Maharishi College of Natural Law, being the host and convener, welcome all the viewers and dignitaries to this Google board. Let's welcome our dignitaries to this Google board. Esteemed Dr. K.P. MISHRA sir, the State Chief Commissioner, Odisha State Forest Scouts and Guide, and the National Vice President, being the Chief Patron of this webinar. Respected Professor MANJU Patnaik, the Principal and the Patron of this webinar, my dear friend from abroad, respected Mr. DILIP from USA, who will propose a vote of thanks. Dear Vibhanshu, Ifshita, Pragyan, Sweetie, and all my webinar team members, and our revered guest of this evening, our loving Chief Speaker come research person, Engineer Sukirti Patnaik. You know, she is not only a women entrepreneur, but a very fashionable lady and very stalwart. You might be seeing her here, and I would like to welcome her here.
Thank you, Dr. Namita. Thank you so much. Samastangu mo namaskar. A very, very good evening to all of you and a very happy Sunday. Can you hear me?
Yes, madam. Yes, I'm just welcoming you here.
Okay.
Okay. So, she is Mrs. Sukirti Patnaik, the founder of Indulge, the salon, which is the very well known in Odisha, and will know many things about him. Now, I'll request our Chief Commissioner, Odisha State Forest Scouts and Guide, to welcome this webinar 190 national webinar, the theme being success measured through sustainability. And I request Dr. K.P. MISHRA sir, please inaugurate, and PREETI, please enchant. SLOKA. Your voice is not audible, my dear. PREETI Pragyan from KVA School, PARADEEP. Yes, please. दीपं ज्योति परम ब्रह्म दीपं ज्योति जनार्दन दीपं ज्योति हरते पाप संध्या देवी नमो नमः. You know, for centuries, women have been judged by their looks more than any other aspect of their persons. Regardless of their personality or level of intelligence, a man's initial impression of a woman is based on their opinion of the woman's appearance. An attractive, young, slim, white female is more likely to receive special treatment from men of all ages than someone who does not fit this description. So the media promotes the idea that women must look a certain way to be found attractive. So I think almost every popular movie star or model, they have to be thin because of this thing, I think. So with this idea of how everyone is supposed to look implanted in our heads as young girls, where we struggle the rest of our life to successfully become beautiful in society's view. So there are many other ways that women try to fit into the mold society and designed for beauty. But the cosmetic industry thrives on a woman's desire to be beautiful. Every year, you'll find the companies create an increasing amount of product and that designed to enhance women's look. So advertisement for this product lead women to believe that if they use these items, they will become more desirable, thus comforting to society's idea of beauty. So what I tell here, cosmetic surgery is another option that has recently opened up to a large majority of women. In the past, many wealthiest of the women could afford such modification of their physical appearance. So today, the surgeries have become more accessible, which has created a large desire for many women to surgical enhance their look into conforming to what our society look for. But I'm not saying that. My quote is, the beauty of the world, which is soon to perish, has two edges. One is laughter, one is anguish. So cutting the heart is sundar. So this is the way we have to accept the beauty. So beauty is the theme repeated throughout the book of any mythology, timeless tales of gods and heroes by many, by Hamilton, by so many people. And actually, what is real beauty? What is the beauty that is required for the society? Most people would give a different answer. But somewhere we have to say how you look, and others would say it depends on your personality. So, yet society does not agree with this. So, what is beauty? Let us see and let us discuss and how to enhance your beauty. Because society is not fair at all to all the people at a time to accept this. But what do people think this way? Many of us will never know. The pain is we have to be simpler and we have to be very humble. In that way, I think we will be more beautiful than else. Sure, why I'm telling about this? Because now I'm going to introduce a beautiful lady with us with so many awards, so many things with her. So I have the honor and privilege to introduce our today's chief speaker and the most wanted resource person for today's evening. She is none other than Engineer Sukirti Patnaik, the versatile, the dynamic, the stalwart, energetic, and I can say the enthusiastic and prominent personality with the heading, the founder of Fast Salon in Odisha, that is Indulge. You will just find out the Facebook. If you go to any social media, you'll find out this. And you will be glorified with this name. Yes, me too. But she broke the ground of launching a unisex salon in Bhubaneswar about 10 years back. This was the bold steps she has taken in this twin city. But whether consumption of beauty was very common nowadays. So being an electronic engineer and an IT professional and turn the beauty into this is turned into a beauty entrepreneur nowadays. Why? What for? We listen to her. So even if this means that she had to start with changing the local consumer mindset through education, creating an infrastructure of salon supplier, finding trained staff, and setting up an academy. And it asks for not the faint of heart. Sukriti's extensive international training in hair, beauty, makeup, and business gave her a solid base to start her beauty business venture. And today, Indulge Salon are present in major cities of Odisha and in New Delhi, and very soon you'll find in abroad also. Show her efforts to continuously raise the standard of the beauty service business and consumer preparation of will nothing more to add here. I can just end here to see this fellow here because we are on a virtual mode. So here I'll just share one video so that everybody will be able to see what exactly she has achieved till today. Just wait. Yeah. Sharing. Can anybody see? Are you able to see?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay.
If you can increase the screen. Oh,
Okay.
lovely, lovely. That's okay.
Okay. No, I could not.
You can do a full size for the screen.
Okay. Yeah. Received the Times Business Award for the most premium salon chain of Odisha by none other than the evergreen star of Bollywood, Mr. Anil Kapoorji. And most dynamic entrepreneur of the year 2022 at News 18 Business Conclave Mayfair, and honored by Mrs. X. Karthikeyan, Sujata Karthikeyan, the director at the time, Mission Shakti. And she also joined the Radio Chocolate 104 FM for as a invited guest, and that program was Ghare Ghare Dandiya. She was also the chief guest in Women's Leadership at Infosys. Women Achievers announcer that is honored by, she honored the Women Achievers in one of the program you might have seen. So being the ICC Indian Chamber of Commerce Women Entrepreneurship Committee organizing Women Leadership Summit, and she was there for last 5 years as the president. So if we go through many of this Facebook or social media, you'll find. So I need not have to explain many more things about her, but our consistent focus on quality over the years helped create the benchmark in the market. This is well said by the first women entrepreneur, that is the engineer Sukirti Patnaik. I'm really glad, I'm really mesmerized to introduce you, ma'am. She has created a brand of her own entrepreneurship. She is an ideal of women entrepreneurs in India. She proved her efficiency by changing her passion into action, the creativity. So the founder of INWEC, the immediate past national chairperson, and many more. I would like to pray God, let's have some more feathers to her achievements so that we'll be very happy to see in the international figure, in the international forum, that Sukirti Patnaik is there. So thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Namita. Really appreciate your efforts to host such a lovely show. You know, take Odisha to international platform and have so many dignified people on board. I really must congratulate you for coming so far. And being a woman, I always say it's not easy, you know, taking care of family and then having a job and then, you know, considering such kind of program. So hats off to you and being a leader. So congratulations to you for hosting such a program. And thank you for inviting me.
So, you know, our topic is the success which measured through a long-term sustainability. One can get success in a very immediately, or that is called a short span of life. But that will go up and then again come down. But you have taken it a challenge and you make it a long-term sustainability. And whatever I have seen in the social media, every day there is some opening of new salon in new district like Baleshwar, like Puri, like Jagamara, so many ways. So,
Yeah.
what's your planning? I have gone through many things, but I'll have some question, and the people will have some question generally. But the thing is that we must have a very, very effective discussion about your planning. So first, let's know about your planning first, and how you have started this career, and how you have chosen your passion, you have changed your passion to a creativity and action. Over to you, madam. Now the
Thank
floor is with you,
thank
ma'am.
you, Dr. Namita, and a very good evening once again to all of you. So I have been talking about my story for a very long time, so I will not take much time. Just quickly recap what I have been telling so far. So yeah, I'm Sukirti Patnaik, and I currently am the founder and owner of Indulge the Salon. It's a brand, it's a chain of salons in Odisha, and we have one in Agartala. So we are just expanding outside Odisha now. So we have almost 22 salons. We've signed a few. So I think it's a great feat that being from Odisha, I have been able to create a brand which is now, well respected and well recognized across the country. And hopefully someday we will take it overseas as well. So this is Indulge. And regarding me, yes, I have been very ambitious in my life. I've always had this go-getting attitude. I've always had a problem-solving attitude. So that's the reason you see an engineer becoming an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And I have always done well in my schooling. I was also a state level tennis player. I have been 6 years tennis champion in Odisha during my school and college career. I've represented my university in tennis.
Oh,
And
nice.
so, yes, yeah. So I did my engineering in SIT Tumkur, which is near Bangalore. And after that, I was placed with Infosys for a while. I lived in London for almost 6 years. So immediately I was transferred to UK, and then I worked in France and UK and London. So that is my engineering career. Okay. So after that, once, while I was working in London, I decided that somehow I realized that, this is not the thing that I want to do. So, we all are having goals in life, but I think being an Indian child born in the 80s, all of us were only given one ambition, is that you always have to become, have a job. Either you become an engineer or a doctor or an IS officer. So we just ran towards that goal. And while running, we never realized what actually we want. But, being the good daughter I am, I wanted to make my parents proud. So I did very well in my studies. I did very well in my career. And I was working very good in London. I was earning in pounds that time. So all those things happened, and I realized, no, this is not something which I want to do long term in my life, because I'm more of a people person. I like helping people. I like, making an impact to people's lives. So sitting in a computer for 10, 12 hours a day is not something which I want to do. So that's when I decided I wanted to do something which I really like. And I always had this passion for beauty, not in the sense that, we go overboard, but because I used to play tennis. So I used to get very tanned. You can imagine the sun of Odisha. It is always very hot. It's always very bright. And all of us are pretty tanned all the time, isn't it? So that's the reason, I had this innate interest in the beauty industry. And I thought there is a big gap in India where the beauty parlors, the so-called beauty parlors of those days were there. But there was no good staff, trained staff, no syllabus in beauty, nothing those days. So I thought there's a gap. So let me go and help people who really are looking for a good beauty salon where they can get the right services without actually, hampering the skin and hair. So that's where the Indulge dream was born. And I quit my job while I was in UK. I think that was a very bold step that I took. Nobody has that kind of guts that, you leave a 6-figure salary while you're in UK and then you come back to Odisha. Many people told me Odisha is not ready yet. Why don't you start in Delhi or Bombay? But I always loved my state, and I'm a very proud Odia. Mate bahut bhal lage. I'm Matti Amora Bhasa. So I thought, no, if there's a gap, let me establish myself in Odisha. And I thought, let me go back. And I started the first salon here in Odisha, in Bhubaneswar. And I think that was the first unisex salon, like a family salon, and where all the entire family could come and get a service. And I was trained in UK while I was getting ready to start my own venture. I started taking trainings in London. So I have a thick bunch of certificates in London from a lot of uh, good, institutes in London. So while I was doing my work, I was also taking some trainings. So I used that and I started my first salon. And through the time, I started very young actually. And I also had 2 kids in between. So you can imagine being a mother, raising children and raising my own brand and business. That was extremely tough, extremely difficult. But yes, since 2010, I've been an entrepreneur. And now coming to 2024, with 14 years, I can proudly say that, I have 3 kids. First is Indulge, and then I have a daughter, and then I have a son. So for me, Indulge is just like my child. I, give that much time, that much love, affection, and that much of interest to grow that. And yes, it has been very fulfilling journey for me. And like you said, like I was 5 years leading the INVEC chapter, the women entrepreneurs. I saw a gap there also, that a lot of women who need hand holding, who need a platform, they don't know how to start, they don't know where to go. So, that's something which I was very fortunate to be given a position. And in 5 years, we have made a brand out of INVEC. And that was also very, very satisfying for me, even though challenging. But my tenure is complete now. I'm the immediate past chairperson for INVEC. And they're going ahead, and I'm very, very proud of that as well. So yeah, it has been a very busy life. I don't know how the 14 years have just flown by, but I think I have achieved a lot of experience and a lot of love and blessings from the people of Odisha. Thank you.
Okay, so I would like to ask you, you have told your struggle, you have told your challenges, but here, can you just say one of your very important challenge, which has given you many tensions, many problems, but you have succeeded?
Being an entrepreneur is like a challenge every day.
Yeah.
Right. So even in sleep, we think about our business. So if you talk to any entrepreneur, being a first generation entrepreneur, my family, my father was an IAS officer. My mom was a professor. She was in only the Women's College. She's a PhD holder. So coming from a background of family where we are all IAS, IFS officers, starting a salon was not easy at all. So I didn't have a mentor, but my husband, I always, thank God that my husband actually supported me. Even he quit his job, his IT job, to be a part of Indulge as it grew. And he is very instrumental in taking it to the next level.
Mr. Jain, may I know?
Jain Kanadi, yeah. He is actually from Kerala. I met him in London. So he's a Malayali, I'm a Odia. But thanks to his big heart, he settled here. In Odisha now, and he can speak very good Odia. So yeah, so when you're talking about challenges, like I said, there is not a single challenge. There's like every day, we have challenges in my industry. And, initially, if you see the challenges where we didn't have enough manpower, there was no trained manpower. We had to train them hands-on from the beginning. There was not good products available in the market. The logistics was not developed. India has come way, way ahead in the last 1 decade. So you can't imagine the kind of growth we have seen in the country. So right now, we have very good products in the market. There's trained staff, there's skilled people. So government is very proactive in skilling the staff. So beauty industry is recognized as one of the biggest, industry in the skill-based arena. So those things are happening. So we have faced all these challenges. And, people always used to say, whenever in Bhubaneswar, a national brand used to open, that Sukirti, wo brand aa gaya, a brand assigala, what will you do now? I said, I'll just keep, giving good service. That's enough. Yeah. So I have been very focused, and 14 years hence, I can proudly say that we're still the #1 brand in Odisha. People love us. And despite of national brands coming in, we have survived, we have sustained, and we are still the people's favorite. So I think, yes, the challenges have been many, and we have been overcoming it one by one. And it will continue, I think, till the end of it. This is never going to stop.
So one problem may arise while you are an entrepreneur, you might be knowing, the hiring the staff. It's really very tough job. And
Right.
you have got the staff training, I know that. But choosing the right person for the right product, I mean, you have customer loyalty. So regarding the training, which type of training do you like to give, impart to those people, because they are not skilled at all, and so far as the education is concerned, they are also very low and middle class, under metric, HSC only. Those people, they are very worried about to get job, and in that way they are unskilled. So education, do you think that it is needed for a salon industry?
Yes, yes. I think education, I mean, with this new age kids coming up and saying that, with Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates, they didn't complete their education. They started in a garage. Education is not important. We will all become entrepreneurs. No. I think education is the single most important pillar in the society that makes a human being, a person, somebody who is responsible, somebody who is a good human being in the society. So education is a must for everybody. And I think that is where, my engineering career has helped me come here so far. If I was not an engineer, if I did not have the grit and, the kind of attitude that we learn while we are in a school or in a college, what do we learn? We learn about ethics, we learn moral science, we learn about society, we learn about human intelligence, we learn about people skills, communication, right? So all these things are a part of your education. So education is very, very important. But like you said, when it comes to the salon industry, none of the parents want their kids to choose the salon industry. That is like the last option for a career for them, right? But once I started this, lot of women and men both, have actually come up and, they have been in the engineering background, but I see a lot of new entrepreneurs in the market now who are joining the beauty revolution. So I believe it's completely about the interest that you have, the passion that you have, and education is something that supports you. So I'll give you an example. My staff, I have people who are not even class 6th pass, and they're earning 60,000 per month salary. Can you believe it?
Yes.
Yeah. So skill is something which, nobody can take away your skill. That is your treasure to keep. So as long as we skill people and, we are about to help them to stand on their own legs, I think there is no bigger satisfaction than that. So we have more than 300 people working in our salons right now. So giving jobs to 300 people and working in a IT, as an engineer. So you can imagine how, fulfilling my life and my journey has been. So yes, education is important, but if somebody is not educated, it's not the end of the world. They can definitely get skill, stand on their own legs, and as long as you have passion, as long as you have the grit and a never giving up attitude, I think you can achieve anything in this world.
Yeah. So you have distribution of work is there. So with, marketing your service and maintaining the consistent income for them, do you think that they have some more training, and the scheme of training should be rigorous for them if they are not educated? What I mean to say.
Right. So, like I said, it's a skill. So there are few people. Then when we say that some people can cook very well, right?
Yes. Yes.
And some people, even if you keep teaching them, whatever they cook, it doesn't taste well, right? So skill, this is something like that. So when you work with beauty and makeup and hair and everything, how much ever you train a person, if they don't have it in their hand, it's very difficult to grow. So we try to, recognize such talent who are inborn. So in Odisha, we have a complete clan called Bariko, right? So
Yes.
Bariko is we have the second like Patnaiks and Mohanty. So we have Barikos. So I think a lot of talent is already there. Okay. So we just need to nurture that. And I think it's rigorous training, yes, it's important, but I think practice is what makes perfect. So
Okay.
as your experience grows, your skill grows.
Yeah.
So if you train somebody for 3 months and you just tell them ki, whatever you train them the best, until and unless they practice, they cannot grow.
Yeah.
So on the spot, practice on in-hand practice, practicing on the floor with the clients. So they learn about client mentality, what the client wants, the client psychology. So all those things are very important. So yes, I mean, skill is something which grows with experience and with time.
So the investment carry here in the initial state, it becomes very very practicable for you people because you come from a very rich family. But when you have just have your more branches in different states, different districts, so you might be feeling some financial problem. So in that case, do you have any success from the government sector, or you are getting any loan from DIC like that? Have you done it, or you just gone on it?
So when we started the venture in 2010, that time the salon industry was known to be a taboo industry.
Yeah.
So none of the banks were giving, it was blacklisted completely. So none of the banks were ready to give loan. But with the kind of leadership we had in our government, in the state government, in the national government, so things have changed, drastically in the past few years. Okay, so right now the way I branch out is I give franchisees. So like I told you, there are other women who are housewives and their kids are grown up and they really want to do something in their life. So I have given franchisees to many such women, who are carrying forward the legacy of Indulge. So they make the investment and they create the salons. They sit in the salons. We give them the framework. We give them the training. We give them the manpower. So it's a win-win situation for all of us. And that's how we have been growing. I mean, I've not taken a loan to grow my salons, but yes, we do take loan for the interior work, for training, for products and everything. But as we are branching out, I think franchising is the best way to go about it. So, like I have a franchise. I mean, we have people who have taken 2 franchisees, 3 franchisees of Indulge. So that's a level of trust that we have in the market. And but if you talk about the government loans and the government, the banks and everything, so if you look at the MSME sector, if you look at the startup sector, there are a lot of grants and a lot of such policies by the government where you can take, a certain amount of money from the bank and start your own business. It's much easier right now.
Yeah. But you have not taken so far because you have given a brand name. That's
yes,
right.
I have actually given franchisees.
Yeah. So do you think that this product differentiation will be work in your case for the brand name?
Sorry, what differentiation?
Product differentiation. You have made the product only saloon. Now it has been given a void shape, that is bridal makeup and all that things, and it becomes a mall. So product differentiate from place to place, from time to time, and you are here. So during this.
Yeah, so that is innovation. So yes, we need to innovate being an entrepreneur, any brand for that matter. If you are in a business and if you don't innovate, you die. So we just can't sit stagnant. We have to look at the market dynamics. We have to understand what the market demands, and we continuously evolve. So until we have to keep listening to what my client wants. So when I looked at the bridals, the people who really were struggling with the jewelry, with the attire, so we made a one-stop solution with the bridal mall. And now, clients are very happy that they can actually match their jewelry with the, attire and the makeup and everything. And they're very sorted there. So yes, bridal mall is something that was really, happening. And we have also, tried to look at smaller format of salons. Like in Puri, we have only 300 square feet of a salon, right? Because people who don't have much investing power, right? I don't want to burden them, but they are very passionate about it. So we have created smaller formats of salon as well, where it is more affordable. And even the clients can also afford. So we have to continuously innovate and understand what the client wants. And accordingly, we keep growing our business.
Yeah. So you have reduced the transport cost for them. So, and getting everything here in one place also, mentally they have prepared also. Yes,
Right.
थोड़ा सा ज्यादा दे देंगे, कुछ problem नहीं है.
कुछ
And
ज़्यादा नहीं है. We are very cost effective.
I have gone through, this is a very negative remark, but how could you accept the negative remark? Because I have gone through the social media, your review, one or two girls, they have written some temperament and all that things. So when you go through it, do you think that this evaluation, this will help you for evaluate or to change your product, your program or your venture in a new mode by reviewing the persons?
Yes, yes. Definitely. I think getting feedback is the single most important thing to grow in life. I mean, not only in business, but in life as well. So when we look at feedbacks, even I go through the Google reviews. So when you look at the reviews out of 200, there will be 2 bad comments any day. Right?
Yes.
So that is how it works. And every human being is different. Maybe somebody did not like something. Maybe the behavior the staff showed, they were not happy about it. So those feedbacks, we have to take it back and we have to, train the staff again. They're saying that this is something which has come. Even in 1,000 reviews also, if we get one bad review, we are more worried about the one review rather than celebrating about the 999 good reviews. So for me, I think that is the single most important thing, the taking feedback from the clients. So what we usually do is, whenever we are doing the service also, when the bill is being done at the end, we take a review from the client saying, ma'am, how much would you rate us out of 10? Like you say in Zomato and everywhere, right? Rating is something which is very important. So they say 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. So my policy is, if anything below 9 comes up, we personally call the client and ask them, where was the lacuna? But then there's sometimes clients say, 8 is a good review. Then we said, no, ma'am, we don't want a good review. We want you to feel the best. So there is no compromise there. We always want our clients to be pampered to the best level possible.
Yes.
So there is no compromise in quality. And there should be a wow factor. If they're coming to Indulge and after that they try any other salon, they should feel no, Indulge is class apart. So that's my, vision I have for Indulge.
Okay. Criticism makes a man perfect. So we always welcome criticism. So regarding one more question, that is how you motivate your staff. The motivational parts is 2 types. What I guess. One is giving more money or more income, but at the same time giving more emphasis on their family problem or giving more emphasis on training part. Whichever you from your mind, whichever is important for this.
See, I think money is very important in life, right? I mean, being in a chat show, I cannot say, yes, money is not important. No. Being an entrepreneur, being a business person and having, people working for me, I know how important a role money plays. They have to educate the children. They have to take care of their parents. They want to live in a good apartment. They want to have at least a 2-wheeler, right? So money is a necessity. They have to, earn and grow in life. And that's the only way their next generation will come up well. And that's how a country grows. So as long as everybody is employed, everybody is well, mentally health also, and physically also, the country cannot grow. So for me, when I motivate my employees, the first level is, of course, money, right? So they get commission on packages. They get very good tips from the clients. They get very good salary from us. And we always keep making them compete with each other, saying, you keep growing. So my salary increase cycle is twice a year. Every company does it once a year. I do it twice a year. So I look at their performance and I do it twice a year, because for me, they are the single point of contact with my clients, right? So that is the first factor. Yes, money. So I will not lie about it. It is the first factor. Second factor is I am technically I'm a technical expert, which most of the business people are not. So when my employees work with me, they always have a technical mentor on top. Right? A lot of other brands, they open salons, but they are not technically sound. They have not taken training in hair. They have not taken training in skin, makeup, but I am completely trained. So I know the technical right? So say, for example, you are a space engineer. So you need to understand about the space, right? You can't just ask a chemical engineer to go and do the work of a space engineer. So this is a technical line, and we need to understand that a technical owner will always be more motivating than a non-technical owner. So yes, I keep training them. Personally also I train them, and I motivate them by working myself. I don't need to be on the floor, but sometimes I do makeup on clients. Okay. So when I started, I used to do facial on clients so that my people think that it is not something to be ashamed about. You won't believe, when we started, my employees used to say, ma'am, मैं अगर यहाँ पे खड़ा रहूंगा, my family members will come and see me. तो मते बहुत लाज लागिवो तो आपण काइंडली जो बाहर काचटा एमती ट्रांसपेरेंट कर देछन सेटा कोन लगे दियंतु सेटा भीतर को देखा जीवनी so all my salons are transparent, you can see it from outside, right? So I make the transparency. So that is the kind of thing they tangu laje laguthila. But when I started working and they saw me working on the floor, then they thought ki, oh my god, if ma'am can work, why not we? And look today, I mean, right now, I mean, last year, if you see, we won a gold medal, Odisha, in both hair and beauty category, in All India, in the zonals. So for the first time it happened in the skill competition. There's a skill competition that happens in the world. It's called World Skill Competition. So it happens in India and the zonal levels. So Odisha won a gold medal in both hair and beauty, where Indulge was a training partner for them.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
So
you are a role model.
Yes. So that's what. So we motivate them through that. And we also take them out on a national, annual award ceremony. So once in a year, I shut my salon down for 2 days. I take them to a good hotel in Puri or Gopalpur or somewhere. I mean, even housekeeping people, they stay in good rooms. And then we have an award show where I award all my, high performers. So they look forward to that also. So there are a lot of these such, initiatives that we take to make sure that, my staff are motivated, dedicated, and happy.
Yes, that's it. So high startup cost. What I mean to say, it is really because when your product is a national level or international level, naturally that will be a higher cost. But so far as the resources is concerned, you have manpower, you have money, and more thing is that the resources which are required, you have to import. Sometimes you have to import some qualitative things. Do you do you require that, or you just adjust with whatever materials available in our state or in our country?
No.
I
am extremely proud of my country and my state. There's nothing that is not available in India. In fact, Ayurveda has come up so vast. I'm sure the entire world will be accepting Ayurveda very soon, and that will be in demand. So we have a lot of international products that are available in the market. We have distributors who imported from Spain, from US, from UK, and those products are definitely available, and we also use those products in the salon. But I don't think, our country is almost one of the highest GDPs in the world. So there's nothing that is not available, and we are there already. So right now we don't have any such problems where we have to find a good product in the market. It's all there.
Okay. Sure. Do you feel the skin specialist, their advice, or one time their training, or their role in your salon is very much required? Because you are dealing with the people.
Specialist means you mean doctors?
Yeah, doctors.
Okay. So no, we don't have doctors in salons. So that becomes, aesthetics department. So you have skin clinics where doctors operate, and that is at a more invasive stage. So they penetrate deeper into the skin. I myself, I'm trained with Botox and fillers when I was in UK. But I do not believe in much invasive procedures for skin. I'm more of a naturalist. I'm more of a, play with botanicals. And I believe, going overboard is not required. So in Indulge, what our tagline is? My tagline is simplify beauty and spread confidence. So we want to simplify beauty. We don't want to make it very cumbersome. We don't want to make it very, a lot of things putting into your skin, not required. So I just want to make people presentable, well-groomed, clean. They should be healthy, good hair, good skin. As long as you're healthy, you will look pretty, you will look beautiful. But going and overdoing anything is something which I do not suggest my clients. So in my salons, I still don't use very invasive machines and everything. So we just try to, maintain what they have and suggest them to take care of their health and, hair and skin in a more sustainable way, not drastic method, in one day result. I don't believe in that. So that's the reason my customers still trust me. And Indulge has come into a homegrown brand where trust is a major factor. And we always believe in, keeping the trust of clients, not by, just one time dupe them, take 20,000, 40,000, 50,000. No. So gradually your skin will get better. And that is what our mantra is.
So very fine. And as I know, your vision is to empower the women, so to create some job or to make a difference to the society and take Odisha forward. So in this regard, what is your wishes that has to be transmitted here? Because for the first time you are facing this virtual discussion. So I'd like to request you, what is your message to this young enterprising girls are here? And there are some officials from different government officials are there. So youth people are there. So what's your, what's your message they should carry?
Yeah. So I think as I've grown in life, right? So first it was a target that I want to open a brand. Then my target was I should empower women through Indulge franchise. Then my ambition changed to empowering women overall in all sectors of entrepreneurship. So as I'm growing in life, I'm evolving as a person, right? Both spiritually, commercially, as a human being, everything. So the evolving will go on. Nothing will be constant in life. So right now, if you ask me at this point of time, I really, have just one suggestion for everybody is to open your mind to possibilities. I think that is the first step for everyone, because whenever we want to do something, we think about 10 negative things that will pull us down, right? Any woman, okay, I have kids, I have husband, I have to take care of this, I have to take care of that. Excuse never works. Drawing room discussions never work. The only thing that works is work. Right? Karma hi dharma. Ame jo kohu. Gita amko bahut bhalo bhabare sikhei dechi, and I follow that. Karma hi dharma. You have to work. There is no substitute for that. And despite all odds, the more the problems in your life, the better you will work. So please work. Take the first step. Be it students, be it housewives, be it, like even the men that are there here, you have a family, you have the woman in your life. When you see potential in somebody, encourage them, show them the path, and just be there with them with, where they take the first step. Trust me, the first step is the most difficult part in a journey. The moment you take the first step, the next steps will become easier, more clearer, and you will definitely achieve the goal that you set for yourself. So, karma hi dharma, gote hi mora tagline achi. Keep working. Don't just sit in the couch and discuss. You have to work for it.
Sure. A single sentence for the message for the women community.
Yeah.
What's your message?
Okay, for the women community.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the women community is, we are amehela ma. We are the mothers, right? So if I always say this one thing, if we can raise a child, there is nothing more difficult than that. So we can do anything possible in this world. So everything is here. So just take that blockage out. We are superpowers. We are the biggest powers that are there in this world, created by God. So, just remove the blockage and you can do whatever you set your mind to. So that's the only advice, only line is do it, take the first step, and don't be afraid of anything in this world.
Very nice discussion. Hope everybody present over here will enjoy this discussion. And we have already crossed our timing. So may I now request our friends here. Prior to that, I would like to present on behalf of this 190 national webinar, a small memento taken applause to our guest. Yes. Is it visible, Dilip Bhaiya?
Not yet.
Not yet?
It's coming up.
Okay. It's visible?
Yes.
Okay. So on behalf of this 190 national webinar, the title being Success Measured Through Sustainability, and based upon the women entrepreneurship, I'd like to present this to young and energetic engineer, Mrs. Sukirti Patnaik. the founder of Indulge, a bridal mall in Odisha, our
Right.
chief speaker and research person of today. At the same time, I would like to request ma'am to present virtually a certificate of participation. We generally present it to our participant, and you'll be very glad to know Mr. Dilip Kha from USA, from New York. He joined over here in the early morning, having a cup of tea only.
Thank you, Dilip ji, for joining us. Really, really happy to meet you.
Thank you. Same here.
Now I'll request Mr. Dilip Kha to propose a vote of thanks. Over to Dilip.
Sure. 1 second. All right. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Good morning and good afternoon. Those who have joined in from different part of the world in different time zone. Myself, Dilip Kha, on behalf of 190th National Webinar, title being Success Measured Through Sustainability, organized by Rover and Ranger Unit of Maharishi College of Natural Law. I have an honor to extend my vote of thanks from core of my heart to Mrs. Sukirti Patnaik. Excuse me? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay, sorry. To Mrs. Sukirti Patnaik, founder Indulge, first bridal mall of Odisha, joined as a chief speaker and resource person for his excellent deliberation. I think her much appealing speech will do a great help as well as useful to the public domain. Professor MANJU Patnaik, the principal and president of this webinar, must be given high appreciation to her regular support to conduct such educative live webinar continuously. Dr. K.P. MISHRA, the State Chief Commissioner, Bharat Scouts and Guide, Odisha, and Chief Patron of the webinar, is also praiseworthy for patronizing the Rover and Ranger Unit of Maharishi College to conduct such a virtual meetings, not only for the volunteers of the state, but also spreading the new message to the countrymen. Of course, Dr. Namita Patnaik, the moderator, is also deserve a special appreciation from bottom of my heart for organizing a different value-based virtual meetings involving both people from country and abroad. In addition, I'd like to thank all the staff members of Maharishi College for giving me such an opportunity to deliver vote of thanks. Last but not the least, to the respected viewers, I extend my sincere gratitude for sparing the valuable time to make the program a grand success. My best wishes and my love and best wishes to Divan Supari and Ipsita Mahanti for their contribution to enchanting slokas.
And Suti. And Suti.
And Suti Pradhan as well. Thank you. Finally, I bow down my head to Lord Jagannath for giving me an opportunity to propose a vote of thanks. Thank you all. Over to you, ma'am.
Very nice word of thanks. Very preservative. I thought it is very preservative because I have to keep it in mind. And thank you so much, Dilip Bhaiya. And here is also one of the journalists from Bihar, Mr. Sonu Kumar, is very eager to ask question. I know.
नमिता दीदी, मुझे तो कुछ कहना नहीं है, बस इतना ही कहूंगा कि मतलब महिला सशक्तिकरण के रूप में सुकीर्ति दीदी का तो मैंने मीडिया जगत में कई बार सुना है और कई बार मैंने चेहरा भी देखा है, बट मेरे हिसाब से मेरा कोई ऐसा चैप्टर नहीं था कि मैं यहाँ जुड़ पाता। मगर दीदी, मैं एक चीज कि मैं अक्सर बोलता हूँ कि विषय कोई भी हो और विषय हमेशा उस विषय में एक अवसर होता है, जरूरत है पहचानने की। तो आप एक मिसाल है उन लड़कियों के लिए भी जो गांव में बैठी हैं, ग्रामीण क्षेत्रों में। मैं तो बिहार से हूँ और आपने पहले ही कहा कि जैसे अपनी माटी अपना देश, तो अपनी जो माटी होती है वो तो खूबसूरत होती है। और सबसे बड़ी बात है कि हम एक राष्ट्र एक देश की ओर बढ़ रहे हैं और वासुदेव कुटुंबकम की ओर बढ़ रहे हैं। कहते थे वासुदेव कुटुंबकम का सरकार ने नहीं चलाया, ये गूगल मीट, जूम, विवेक जैसे प्लेटफॉर्म में ऐसा कहर बढ़ पाया है कोरोना काल में
आपका वॉइस
दीदी की
ब्रेक हो रहा है,
नमिता
अटक रहा है। आई थिंक
हाँ, नेक्स्ट प्रॉब्लम, हाँ सुन
नेटवर्क।
भैया।
अब
आपने
आ रही है
बहुत
मंजुला?
सही बोला।
ओके सुन भैया, we can
थैंक यू
blend,
सोनू जी।
yeah,
आपने
we can,
बोला बिहार से है, गांव से है, बट जानते हैं बिहार से मैक्सिमम IPS IAS बिहार से ही है। तो इंडिया में टैलेंट की कमी
दीदी
नहीं है।
पत्रकार भी है,
हाँ
जी
जी।
पत्रकार भी है बहुत सारे,
अभी तो
और
जर्नलिज्म
सभी
सबसे
बिहार
टॉप
से ही
पे है।
चर्चित चेहरों में पत्रकार नहीं है।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी। तो
तो
वी
लगा
आर प्राउड
आपसे
ऑफ।
आपसे ये मुलाकात जो है ना नमिता दीदी ने करवाया, और ये मार्गदर्शन आपसे जो मैं जुड़ा, तो मैं कोई पत्रकार के मकसद से आपसे बात नहीं कर रहा, एक भाईचारा है नमिता दीदी से भी और आपसे भी। मुझे
हाँ
इसलिए
जी,
अच्छा लगा क्योंकि आपका सुनकर के मुझे एक मार्गदर्शन भी मिल पाया है। तो ये
हाँ जी,
कोशिशें हारने की नहीं है, जीतने के लिए कोशिशें करनी चाहिए, तो इसीलिए आपका आपसे ये सीखने को मुझे मिला। तो ये मैं
जी।
समझता हूँ कि मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ी बात है। और जो ये कार्यक्रम है मैम रिकॉर्डिंग करती हैं, तो ये हम तक पहुंचता है तो मैं शेयर भी करता हूँ। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद सुकृति दीदी। कभी अवसर मिले नमिता मैम तो एक बार दीदी का और भी कभी किसी विषय पर एक बार बुलाएं फिर से। धन्यवाद।
okay, so a little love, a gentle smile, and a sweet word cost you nothing but carry you to your success. That's, I thought this is the ideal for this webinar. So now I'm going to log out this program by closing recording. Then we can have a photo.